The most expensive thing in the world is not gold, nor is it time. The most expensive thing in the world is need. The moment you show the world that you need something, the price of that thing doubles. The moment you show a person that you need them, their respect for you vanishes. We are biologically wired to chase what retreats from us. We value what is scarce. And yet, most men live their lives in a state of desperate pursuit. They chase clients. They chase relationships. They chase approval. They are terrified of losing the deal, so they agree to terms that destroy them. They are terrified of being alone, so they stay with people who do not respect them. They believe that persistence is the key to success. They are wrong. In the game of power, persistence without leverage is just begging. The ultimate leverage is not money. It is not status. It is the ability to walk away and mean it. Consider the story of Arthur. Arthur was a brilliant consultant, arguably the best in his field. He was negotiating a contract with a massive conglomerate. This contract would change his life. It would secure his firm's future for a decade. Arthur knew this, and unfortunately, the conglomerate knew it too. During the negotiations, the executives across the table began to squeeze him. They lowered the fee, they extended the hours, they added clauses that were borderline insulting. Arthur's instinct was to argue, to explain his value, to fight. But deep down he was afraid. He needed this win. So he compromised. He smiled nervously. He said, "Let me see what I can do." He stayed at the table. The executives smelled his fear like sharks smell blood in the water. They pushed harder. By the time the contract was signed, Arthur had won the deal, but he had lost his soul. He spent the next 5 years working for people who treated him like a servant because on day one, he proved that he could be bought. Now, consider the story of Victor. Victor was in the exact same position, negotiating with the exact same conglomerate. The executives tried the same tactic. They insulted his price. They demanded more for less. They waited for Victor to crack. They waited for him to counteroffer. But Victor did not argue. He did not get angry. He simply closed his notebook. He stood up, buttoned his jacket, and looked the lead executive in the eye. "It seems we have different valuations of my time," Victor said calmly. "I wish you the best of luck finding someone who fits your budget." And then he walked out. He didn't slam the door. He didn't look back. He walked to the elevator, pressed the button, and left the building. Inside the boardroom, the atmosphere shifted instantly. The executives were stunned. They were used to people fighting for their scraps. They were used to desperation. Victor's indifference broke their script. Suddenly, the prize was not the money. The prize was Victor. His absence created a vacuum. His silence created value. 3 hours later, Victor received a phone call. They accepted his original terms. Not because he argued better, but because he was willing to lose. This is the law of least effort, applied to power dynamics. In any negotiation, in any relationship, the person who cares the least holds the most power. This sounds cold. It sounds cynical. But it is the fundamental law of human psychology. When you are willing to walk away, you signal that your value is intrinsic. You signal that you have options. You signal that you are not defined by the outcome of this specific interaction. Most people cannot do this because they operate from a mindset of scarcity. They believe that opportunities are rare. They think, if I lose this client, I will never find another one. If I lose this partner, I will be alone forever. This fear makes them weak. It makes them pliable. The predator can sense scarcity from a mile away. To master the art of walking away, you must cultivate a mindset of abundance. You must build a life so rich, so interesting, and so secure in its own purpose that no single deal and no single person is necessary for your survival. You must become the dark ship in the night, self-contained, self-sufficient, navigating your own course regardless of the storms around you. This applies to your personal life as much as your business life. How many times have you stayed in a conversation that was disrespectful? How many times have you tried to convince someone to love you? Every time you stay, you are negotiating your own worth down. You are teaching them that you can be treated poorly, and you will still remain. The next time you feel that familiar tightening in your chest, that feeling that you are being disrespected or undervalued or manipulated, do not fight. Do not scream. Do not write a long text message explaining your feelings. Just leave. Withdraw your attention. Withdraw your presence. Withdraw your energy. Watch what happens. Watch how quickly the dynamic shifts. When you stop chasing, they start seeking. When you stop speaking, they start listening. And even if they don't chase you, even if they let you go, you have still won. You have won your dignity. You have won your time. You have cleared the space for something better to enter. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." In the modern world, bravery is not fighting a lion. Bravery is looking at a pile of money or a beautiful person or a prestigious title and saying, "I do not need this to be whole." Walking away is not quitting. Quitting is giving up because it is too hard. Walking away is a strategic decision to preserve your resources for a battle worth fighting. It is the ultimate act of self-respect. Train yourself in the small things. Walk away from an argument on the internet. Walk away from a bad movie. Walk away from a store where the service is rude. Build the muscle of detachment, so that when the day comes and you are sitting across from the devil himself and he offers you the world in exchange for your freedom, you can simply stand up, smile, and walk out the door. Because the only deal worth making is the one where you are ready to leave the table.